Welcome everyone, and thank you for tuning in to hear my trading and market updates. This is Uncle Frank, and I'm not a financial advisor, nor is any of the content to be construed as financial advice. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. Please remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the presentation, and be sure to subscribe to the channel so you're alerted when I have new information to share. So now let's get into the latest updates. Hey, welcome back everyone. I am pleased to announce that I have begun a Change.org petition seeking the immediate resignation of Aron, CEO of AMC, Sean Goodman, CFO of AMC, Philip Lader, Lead Director of AMC's Board of Directors, and John Merriweather, VP of Capital Markets and Investor Relations for AMC Entertainment. Furthermore, I'm asking the company to immediately sever all ties with Derek Van Zant of Citigroup Global Markets and Himanshu Gulati, CIO of Antara Capital. I am also asking that all stock bonuses paid, issued, or scheduled to be received for the year of 2023 be terminated, returned, clawed back, or forfeited for Aron, Goodman, Lader, and Merriweather. For those of you that would like to sign the petition, I left a link to change.org in the description of this video. I'm depending on supporters to share this petition on their social media platforms to help it get some traction. Speaking only for myself, I've had enough, guys. I no longer want a CEO or senior management team that never supports the stock or the shareholders and haven't purchased a single share in over 6 years. These people have only sold over $1 billion worth and then gave away APE, which is now AMC, for free as a dividend instead of offering it out like a normal preferred share offering, which would have raised substantially more capital. This guy only likes to sell our stock at near record low prices, and I'm tired of it. Wall Street made more money loaning out AMC than any other security in the world in 2023, and no one at AMC cares to even mention it. I no longer want a CEO that makes nearly 4 times more than the CEO of Cinemark. I no longer support a CEO that invests in previously bankrupt gold mines when we were over $5 billion in debt ourselves. Within a year of becoming CEO, Adam drove us into debt by over $4 billion. I no longer wish to have a man that's susceptible to blackmail leading our company. I don't want a guy that lavishly spends $25 million on a short commercial that plays before movies in the theaters instead of promoting our A-list program, driving more people into our business. I no longer wish to tolerate a man that has killed more rallies in the stock with poorly timed tweets than I care to remember. I want to be clear that I believe Adam and our senior management team want the company to perform well. Every team does. But it's undeniable that this team in particular does nothing to enhance shareholder value, but exactly the opposite. I'm not saying any of them are helping Wall Street. I'm saying they are Wall Street. I am a shareholder activist, which means I support the company. I support the stock, but I push back on any actions this team takes that hurts shareholder value, and that's all they've done so far. By now, we should all be convinced that Aron, his entire senior management team, and the entire board of directors will do absolutely nothing deliberate to hurt the interests of Wall Street, where they all came from. It's time for a change. It's time for Adam and others to let executives that want to run a tight ship take this firm back to financial health. Now, I know many of you are uncomfortable criticizing Aron, our senior management team. You think it's being disloyal to the company. But guys, when Mark Cohodes in 2022 said Aron the AMC senior executives and the board of directors ran an enrichment scheme at the expense of individual investors who actually saved the company, he may have been telling the truth. Let's take our CFO, for example, Sean Goodman. He comes from Morgan Stanley, Mergers and Acquisitions Department. I think he joined AMC in 2020. We paid him about $4.2 million. 2021, $4.7 million. 2022, $6.2 million. 2023, I don't even have the numbers, but let's just assume we paid him as much as we did in 2022. We've paid this guy over $21 million. He's sold $17,752,000 worth of our stock. He's never bought a share. Okay, this is our CFO. He's got a fiduciary responsibility to protect us, to protect the company. This guy knew what, the Highcroft investment was going to do. So what did they do? They made him a board member over there. This guy knew we should have never gave away APE, like for free as a dividend. This guy knows better than any of us. He's supposed to protect our interests, not squander them. This company doesn't act like a company that just went through the pandemic. Okay? You don't give yourself giant raises when your company's in trouble. You run a lean and tight ship. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, I believe all of these senior executives have been taking advantage of the situation. Take Philip Lader, for example, the guy that runs our board of directors. He's also a senior advisor to Morgan Stanley Institutional Trading. Do you really think he's going to let anything through that would hurt the interests of Wall Street? You don't think this is a conflict of interest? He's got a daughter in senior management at Uniswap where tokenized AMC was found to be trading. Did you know Morgan Stanley got popped this year for letting people front-run big block trades? You do know block trading is institutional trading, right? Let's read that headline from Reuters. Morgan Stanley to pay $249 million to end block trading probe. Morgan Stanley admitted to making false statements in connection with block trades from 2018 through August of 2021. What they're doing is they're tipping off their hedge fund clients to big trades, that are coming out. And did you know who benefited from some of those tips? Was it Citadel? Let's read this headline from Bloomberg. Citadel among hedge funds that got Morgan Stanley's block trading leaks. When the U.S. punished Morgan Stanley for leaking upcoming stock trades to favored clients, it kept the list of recipients secret. They include one of Wall Street's biggest players. Guess who? Citadel. Did Citadel get investigated for it? Of course not. You still want this guy running your board. Are you insane? Now, guys, forget the billions of FTDs we've watched click by over the past 3 years. Everybody ignores it. But don't you think somebody at our earnings call might have mentioned this? AMC stock was the top generator of revenue for lenders in 2023. That's globally. I got that from DataLend. DataLend, which is owned by Equilend, has taken it down. All right. But AMC was loaned out. They made more money loaning out AMC than any other stock in the world. That includes SiriusXM, Nikola, Johnson & Johnson, Visa. Don't you find that strange? Don't you think your CFO or somebody might have mentioned this on our earnings call? But they don't. And who is one of the primary owners of Equilend? The trillion-dollar securities lending cartel nobody knows anything about? Morgan Stanley. Guys, listen, this isn't personal, okay? But let's be real for a minute. Do you really believe any of the Wall Street guys that run our company is going to do anything that is going to deliberately hurt the interests of Wall Street? I think you're kidding yourself. Now, guys, what I'm proposing is we get a new senior management team, the key executives, somebody like a Ryan Cohen. Now, Ryan Cohen doesn't even take a salary from GameStop. He owns 1.77 million shares. That was as of October of last year. He owns about 12.1% of the company. He said, I'm either going down with the ship or turning the company around. Now, that's the right attitude. I'm not saying we don't pay our CEO, but should our CEO receive almost 4 times what the CEO of Cinemark receives? And how much do the AMC executives own? Well, Aron, the entire senior management team, and the entire board own about 0.28, about 1/4%. Do you see the difference here? Okay, we need a shareholder activist CEO, somebody that's going to run the company lean, right? And build the stock price, not destroy it, not sell at all-time lows, but build the stock price and sell at higher prices. This is obvious. You should want this too. Even the biggest yes-tard out there, the biggest Aron fanboy, at this point, when you're down over 95% off your all-time highs, it's time for a change. As I said in my previous video, Friday is the biggest day I see in our immediate future. Of course, the market's closed for the holiday, but we've got PCE, which is the Fed's favorite indicator. I think it's going to be red hot. We've also got Godzilla x Kong, the new empire, dropping. So every ape in our universe should go see that one. Let's blow the estimates out of the water for that movie. So what could we do to support our company over the weekend while we're waiting for the big open on Monday? Well, let's start with going to change.org. We demand the immediate resignation of key AMC executives. Let's sign that petition and get it out there on your social media so it gets some traction. We could also go see Godzilla x Kong if you have an AMC near you. From Deadline only 20 hours ago, Godzilla x Kong will bunny hop to 135 million global opening as Legendary's MonsterVerse franchise roars past 2 billion. Easter box office preview. Yeah, the theaters are dead, right? Thirdly, if you haven't gone to AMC Project Popcorn and printed out your affidavit, do so. Anyone that tells you that, oh, they're trying to collect my personal information, is actually protecting the hedge funds. The truth is, there is no personal information on an affidavit, okay? You're signing it. You're putting your hand up in the air and saying, this is how many shares of AMC I owned on this date, this is how many shares of APE I owned on this date, etc. You won't see your social security number anywhere. You won't see your driver's license number anywhere. You won't even see your address, okay? Tell the truth. Fill out an accurate affidavit and hand it in. Why is it important? Because we need to prove how many shares everyone owned before the reverse split, before the conversion. Okay? We need to show what the average number of shares people held before all that drama. That could be the centerpiece for future lawsuits. Look at it yourself. Decide for yourself. But go to AMC Project Popcorn, print out your affidavit, then call the toll-free number at your broker and ask them, how many shares did I own on this date? How many shares did I own on that date, right? Take it over to your local bank, call first, make sure a notary is available, and sign your affidavit in front of the notary. That's it. That's the only person you're going to have to prove, you're going to have to show your ID to. Then you upload that information to the website. It's that simple. If we all do our part, it'll make a difference. See you at the bell. Hey, I want to thank you for watching, and please remember to hit the like button after this slide if you enjoyed the presentation. Subscribe to the channel and set the alert so you're notified when I have new information to share. See you at the bell.